Welcome back to Conversations with Chris.
And Crystal.
And today's episode is all about having a homemade Christmas.
Yes, it is. Yes, okay. Well, we were talking about old-fashioned Christmas, and I remember I had a great aunt that had 13 grandchildren, and I was very young when I went over to her house, and she had Cracker Jack boxes tied up with ribbon and hanging from her tree. She had little toys hanging from her tree. I mean, obviously the kids, she probably didn't have money for presents, so she was able to, and the cookies on the tree, you make cookies and hang them on your tree and whatnot. And so I'm sure when the kids came over, they just took everything off, but I thought it was the weirdest looking thing I had ever seen because I wasn't used to that. But it makes sense. It makes sense that if you have a lot of kids that are coming over, that they can get treats off of the tree.
Well, and my grandfather was part of a large family too. There were 9 kids in the family, and he was the youngest. And I remember one time he told me when they had Christmas time, they would get like an orange and some nuts, and they were happy with that.
Yeah. And you're only as happy as you decide you're going to be.
That's true.
So that's the deal with that. So yeah, we had the Cracker Jack boxes. Candy canes hanging on the tree.
Then there's those popcorn and cranberry garlands.
Oh yeah.
And when you're done with those, it's handy too because you can put them out on a tree outside and then the birds can eat them.
Yep, you could do that. And gingerbread or shortbread ornaments, like I was saying, the cookies. Paper chains or snowflakes.
And paper chains were popular in the 1940s.
Yeah, they really were.
Because they didn't have a lot of money. The war was going on and everything.
Yep. And cinnamon stick bundles to just get nice fragrance in your home, and they're hanging on the tree. And frugal gifts, things like we were saying, homemade.
If you're crafty, you can make things out of whatever craft you do, like crocheting, ornaments, or whatever. Yeah.
And homemade fudge, jam, or spiced nuts. We also have a couple of videos with trail mixes that we've done. Consumables, because we're also dealing with wanting minimalism.
Yeah, and if they can use it and get the joy from it, from eating, that was so delicious, and then they'll,
Yep, and you don't have more stuff
sitting around
in your house, yes. Handwritten letters or coupon books, like for babysitting, cooking, cleaning, to help somebody. You can make little coupons for that they can cash in with you. Especially
for kids.
Yeah.
It would be nice to make a coupon book for your parents. They would love that better than anything else you could give them.
That's exactly right. Old-fashioned handmade toys, sock dolls, corn husk angels. Do you remember those?
Wood toys.
Or wooden tops, photo ornaments, black and white family pictures in paper frames made from cereal boxes. That was a suggestion that we read about, and we're both thinking on that one. Okay.
I did see one thing one time. It was a crafty thing. This person there's like these little flat-backed, like cabochon gems. They were clear. And they took black and white pictures of family and put Mod Podge on the flat side and glued the picture on there and then hung it from the tree.
Oh,
I thought that was kind of a neat idea.
Yeah, that was a neat idea. Used book exchange, wrap in brown paper and twine for a vintage look. If you have some used books that you can share with somebody. Yeah. And then decor and ambiance. String popcorn and cranberries, like we were talking about.
Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention that you reminded me of with the frugal gift ideas is those whole white elephant exchanges that are so popular. That's a good way to get rid of something you don't want.
We did that. We did that with our aunt and uncle. My aunt is only 2 years older than me, and we had a red shirt that had fringe on it, a man's shirt. So he and Jeff went back and forth every year giving that to each other.
And that's always fun too if you got that one gift that
who's got it,
like the fruit cake that goes
that goes back and forth. Brown paper wrapping with jute or strips of fabric.
Up with string. These are a few of my favorites.
There you go. Yeah. Well, it's cute too because I'm trying to think of raffia. Like I tell my husband, because he goes, "Why are you buying that?" And I said, "Well, you can always make something out of nothing with raffia. Just put it on there. It works perfectly.
It looks good on wreaths too.
It looks good everywhere. Yes, everywhere. candlelight and kerosene lamp glow, or battery candles if you prefer, a safe, thing instead of having candles
Fire
burning.
hazard.
Yes, yes. Pine cones, evergreen clippings, and ribbon. I don't know if you ever did that. I did that with, we had a log that they had drilled holes in for the candles to go in, and then we
Oh, yeah.
attached everything on the outside as a gift. And music, playing 1940s Christmas tunes or old carols sung a cappella.
And that's one thing I had to track down online all the Christmas carols, because my mom, she had this big stack of records when I was a kid, of Christmas records. And I remember hearing them over and over and over and over.
Yep.
And, it's one of those nostalgic things. So I found them all finally. And I was like, yes, I have
Oh, I
them.
like that. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I have a 1940s CD of Christmas carols. I don't remember any of them. I wasn't there, apparently. But I love that sound. Old-fashioned treats. Homemade molasses cookies or peppermint bark. You might have noticed when we did our trail mix, we got mint-flavored M&Ms, which I thought was amazing. Apple cider with cinnamon sticks, popcorn balls wrapped in waxed paper, and candied nuts or sugar plums.
And that's another tradition. My dad would always make this cinnamon candy
Oh.
for Christmas every year.
Yeah.
And it's the hot kind, like Red Hots.
Yeah.
And it was so pretty. And it would pour out in this pan, and then when it hardened, you'd crack it with a hammer, and it was kind of like,
Oh, cool.
What is that other
Toffee?
Or peanut brittle. They did that
Peanut
with
brittle.
ham.
Yes, yes, yes.
But this was cinnamon. And
Oh, cool.
and I have that recipe. If you guys want to go ahead and email us, I'll give that to you. Along with a Yule log recipe. It's
Oh.
Yule log cake. And those are always fun to do for, your Christmas. It could be a centerpiece on your Christmas dinner table, and then you eat it afterwards.
Yeah, cool. That's cool. Let's see, old-time family traditions, reading the night before Christmas or a Christmas carol aloud.
In fact, we have a PDF version of Twas the Night Before Christmas that we can email you as
Yeah.
well. So.
And sing carols together by candlelight, or you can gather around a piano if somebody knows how to play piano. And
Even if they don't.
even you could just play records and sing along.
Yeah.
That works perfectly. Take turns sharing the best Christmas you remember. And make simple handmade cards to deliver to the neighbors. I'm taking the trail mix to the neighbors. But so, what is the best Christmas that you remember?
Well, for me, they all kind of blend together, but I do remember my mom. She made a gingerbread house. Well, not really a house. It was like a chest that she put Christmas cookies in. So we got to eat the cookies and the chest
Wow.
afterwards. And of course, when we lived in Iowa, it was always a white Christmas. It was always snow. And one year we got toboggans for Christmas.
Oh.
They were basically a plastic sheet with a handle in the top. And we'd ride down the hills on our toboggans. That was always so much fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
What about you?
Well, I think when I was 5 years old, I was living with my grandparents. My parents had gotten divorced, and I don't know what. My mom was getting her life together, and I was living with my grandparents. And later in my life, I would go into these houses, these row houses in northern Minnesota, and they're so small. I mean, I can't imagine that there's 1,000 square feet in there. I really can't. But when I was young, it was a castle. And they had this huge staircase, and there was a hallway that went down. On the other side would be the living room, the wall for the living room. And then on the other side was the stairs, and there was this long hallway that went to the kitchen. And my grandparents had taken the tinsel type garland and run it up down each wall and up over the top. So it was like a tunnel,
that's
and then with
cool.
lights. Yeah. And I would dance back and forth in there. And I just loved it. And with them, it wasn't about the stuff. It was about the thought and the love. Yeah, the love was a real big thing. And my mother was all about stuff. He who dies with the most stuff wins. And I really gleaned a lot from living with my grandparents and going through that time and having the Christmas music play and these, beautiful lights and everything going on. And yeah, they made it very special.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went first because yours is better.
So, well, let us hear from you about what your best Christmas was ever.
Yeah.
That would
yeah.
be fun.
You
We'd
can
love
put it
to
in the
go.
comments down below or send us an email. We'll send you all of our Christmas goodies.
Yes.
You put Christmas goodies in the subject line. We'll send you everything we got. I've got a lot of things for you. In fact, when we were talking about gifts and things, a tradition in England is the Christmas cracker. And like this picture here shows. And crackers, you and a partner would pull on it and it would open up. It's kind of like the wishbone.
Yeah, yeah.
And it would snap and then little goodies would fall out.
Okay.
But anyway, and those all started, the Christmas crackers, in England in the 1800s. So, and they're still popular today.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Another thing about a minimalist Christmas is, like back in the 1950s, they first came out with these tinsel trees. You've seen them, and they're not for everybody because some people are like, oh, that just looks so trashy. But I do have a gold tinsel tree myself. It's a little guy, tabletop. And there's fiber optic trees. That way you don't have to buy the lights separately and everything. They're right there on the tree. And so, there's different things you can do for minimalism. Another thing you can decorate your tree with is pomanders, homemade pomanders. And I have a link to a website where you can find out how to make your own. You take an orange and then you pierce it with cloves and make little designs, and then you can hang those from the tree.
you can decorate. Well, the other thing you can do is you can get a Christmas shower curtain and put that up as part of what you already have, to change, not just keep putting stuff in there, but to change it. And you can put up a shower curtain. You can get a Christmas throw, swap out your regular throw for a Christmas one, pillows,
Yeah.
And again, the Christmas towels in the bathroom with Christmas soaps, little fun Christmas soaps, decorative soaps.
You reminded me too. One of the things that I got on Temu that I've shown you guys before is this latch hook. I think I showed it. This latch hook kit that I did with a cat on a pillow form, and then you put the pillow or the pillowcase like thing, and you put a throw pillow form in it.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me this year, well, you know what? I'm going to get one and change it out seasonally.
Oh, yeah.
So I
There
do
you
have
go.
another one. It's got a lamb with daffodils. I thought that would be good for spring.
Uh-huh.
And then I just ordered one that's a cat with a Santa hat for Christmas time.
Oh, cute.
And a cat with leaves falling, so that would be the fall one. So the only oddball is the lamb, but that's okay.
Okay. You can't have everything, right? Okay, we got it.
So yeah, you can, think of creative ways that you
Yeah.
can decorate the place without, having a bunch of stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
If I wanted to, I could have each of the pillow forms for each of those pillows, but I thought, why do that when I can just change the one pillow?
Yeah, just change the case.
And then you don't have all this massive stuff to store. You just
Yeah,
got this little
that's
thing you
right.
can fold up and put away.
That's right. That sounds good.
Okay, I'm done babbling. I think.
Okay. Well, we hope you're looking forward to a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And as we always say, take care of yourself because nobody else will. Bye for now.